So what would have to happen right now for the Celtics to not win out in the East?
Oh man, I think I think Trump will have to put a tariff on the Celtics. Like we gonna win.
All right, today's guest is a true force in the entertainment world, actor, executive producer, and one of the driving minds behind the Emmy-winning series Godfather of Harlem, which is back with its highly anticipated fourth season. You've seen him on screen as Junie Bird, and behind the scenes, he's helping shape one of the most powerful TV shows right now that is out. But don't get it twisted though, he's also a diehard sports fan, repping the Celtics and the Dallas Cowboys from New York, no less. We'll get into that in just a bit here, but y'all please give a warm welcome for Markuann Smith. What's up, cousin? Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Thank you for having me on the fumble. I hope I don't fumble,
No, you're not gonna. Let's get into the show first. I am such a huge fan of Bumpy Johnson in Godfather of Harlem. I didn't even know until I started doing some more research about you that it took 18 years to get this show off the ground. Looking back on it now, you're on your fourth season. Everyone is just absolutely in love with the show. What does that mean for you, like I just mentioned, as the driving force behind why we get to see this series on TV right now?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's still like surreal to me for this show to come to fruition. I mean, you guys are seeing it right now in real time, but the 18 years that it took to really make it happen, I want to give a special shout out and RIP to Margaret Johnson, who was my godmother, who helped me and assisted with just, telling her dream. All those Sundays up in her apartment in Lenox Terrace, while I used to buy her rye bread and her beef tongue and mustard, and she used to tell me all these magical stories about Harlem, and I'm glad that it was able to get done.
Yeah, what would you think she would think of it going to a fourth season now and seeing this reception from everybody who loves the show?
I think if Margaret was still here, I know. Now I'm not even going to say I think. I know if Margaret was still here, she would be very, very excited because that was her lifelong dream to get the real story of who her grandfather was, not the one that you saw on the Cotton Club or American Gangster or Hoodlum, but the real story of her, how her father migrated from Charleston, South Carolina, trying to achieve, everyone's American dream at the time during the tumultuous times in America. He just wanted to become an attorney like Malcolm X. People don't know that. And when the bursar, saw that Ellsworth Raymond Johnson was attached to a black man, he said, you know what? We don't give out financial aid to people of color. So he just took the cards that life dealt him and he played it the best way that he could.
Yeah, why do you think that the series has been received so well?
I got to give a big shout out to Karis. One, he came up with this term edutainment, when you can entertain and educate at the same time. I just feel that this series is something special. It reminds me of, back in the days when the Cosby Show came out, you wanted to all sit down in the living room as a family and watch a certain show, right? And that's the way that I wanted to get depict Godfather Harlem. It wasn't just a show for your uncles and your aunts, but it was for you as well, not just for your grandmother and your grandfather, but it was something that you could actually Google. You could actually say, Dad, who was Adam Clayton Powell? Who was Malcolm X? Who was Robert Morgenthau? Who was Elijah Muhammad? These are certain things I think that makes this show so special. It also shows the juxtaposition of what's happening in the world today and in the world of the past.
Yeah. Okay, so we are a sports show, so we got to get into sports. I'm not going to grill you just yet on the Cowboys or the Celtics, but you are a storyteller. Who do you feel like in sports right now has a story worthy of a Godfather of Harlem level series?
Ooh, man, there's a lot of people right now, and that I love athlete wise. I would say Jayson Tatum. Jason
Mm.
Tatum playing with Kobe had as his idol, and how he's didn't get what he was supposed to get at the U.S. Olympics, and now where he's at right now, he's just dominating the boards. I mean, Jason Tatum definitely.
Okay, so speaking of the Celtics, why are you a Boston Celtics fan?
Well, I actually became a Boston Celtics fan. I did a documentary with Paul Pierce, aka The Truth, and it was called Born to Ball. You can see it on Amazon. And I just like the camaraderie that the Celtics had, from the Kevin Garnett's to the Paul Pierces to the Ray Allens to where we at right now with Jaylen Brown. You got Bouchard, you got Porzingis. It's just an amazing team. And we got nothing but snipers out there, baby. We got
So,
shooters.
what would have to happen right now for the Celtics to not win out in the East?
Oh man, I think I think Trump will have to put a tariff on the Celtics. Like we gonna win. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta look up
Yeah.
and see on MSNBC or Fox, Trump put a tariff on green uniforms, then all right, we might not win, but no, we gonna do it. I'm trying to get that three-peat.
Okay, so who do you have coming out the West?
Uh, Man, that's gonna be really hard. Who OKC's looking good. LA is trying to do their thing. I want to see what LeBron does. If they're going to be able to come out. But I never count them out. You know, the Golden State. I mean, there's a lot of teams coming out there that may do something.
Yeah, I know that in our show, we're going to talk about Nico Harrison and his comments about how he doesn't regret the Luka trade. What did you make of what people are calling the worst trade in NBA history?
Luka was a dominant force. And he might have to eat those words that he's saying right now. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, playoffs is going to start soon, and we'll see. I just think that Luka is such a strong player. Not that many people could even guard Luka. I mean, he's a shooter. He's an all around. He's a big man. I really like Luka's game.
We got to talk about Dallas Cowboys, though, Markuann. And my mom is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan, and I'm
Really?
still questioning why that is. Um,
Give your mother
but
all
you
my love.
all, will do that. What do you feel like y'all need to just kind of like get over the hump? I just feel like y'all are just, and I think it's Jerry Jones, but I want to hear from you. What do you feel like is the reason that you haven't had success?
I co-sign with you. I think it's Jerry Jones. I think he
Mm.
needs to go retire, go to Miami, get chubby, sip on some Mai Tai or something like that because we look good on paper, right? But it's looking good on paper never transforms into to even making it, and it's just crazy. I mean, I don't know what the Jerry Jones does. It's not the Dallas Cowboys or the Dallas Cowboys I liked back in the days, but I'm still a Cowboys fan. I mean, I came up on Roger Staubach, Tony Hill, Too Tall Jones, Randy White. Those are the guys, I respect. And I still respect Dallas. I was kind of confused about that Des Bryant, what they did with him. It's just like, I think Jerry Jones needs to gracefully moonwalk, go on a beach somewhere, and just let somebody else, get some younger blood in there.
Yeah, and so as a fan, what do you make of some players coming out and talking about how they felt like, like they felt like exhibits at the zoo where fans are all in the practice facility and Jerry is coming down during practice in his helicopter and
I always, as I used to play basketball, and I always say, let the athletes do what they are getting paid to do, right? This is not about, being in a cage and you putting a banana behind the cage and you're just admiring Des Prescott, his muscles or anything like that. Doing some real Dallas, Jr. of Dallas landing on a field in this helicopter, disrupting. We're trying to win a Super Bowl right now. We're trying to get a trophy. The last time the Dallas won, and every time, people look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm a diehard blue and silver fan, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. What's so crazy is I went to school. I went to Morgan State University, right? So
okay.
in the DMV, you have so many more Dallas Cowboy fans than you have Redskin fans. You know what I'm saying? And every
Mhm.
year you think you're almost there, and it doesn't happen.
Do you feel like Prescott is the guy to lead you all to a Super Bowl?
Sometimes, some days I do, some days I don't. I don't think we should get rid of Prescott yet. We should still give him an opportunity, but we have to really change, the back office. We got to do something with that,
Yeah.
and make that happen because we have so much great talent. How do you get rid of Zeke and bring Zeke back on? I don't understand like what they're trying to do over there.
I don't either, but I'll get off the Cowboys for a little bit. I want to know though your Mount Rushmore of athletes, any sport, any era.
Okay, let's go basketball. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, and I hate to say this, but yeah, LeBron. You know,
So wait,
I,
so
I,
you're
I hate.
not are you a LeBron fan?
I am. I love the way LeBron plays. But I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not the
Okay.
biggest fan of LeBron. But I'm. It's like I'm torn, but I'm torn. And I guess the reason why I'm torn is because he's jumped from team to team, which has been really hard
Mm,
for me to really stick to liking a team. It's more like liking the player. Where Jordan
yes.
stuck through Chicago. You know, he
Mm.
played with pneumonia, COVID. He was he kept playing, right?
Not the COVID.
You saw George with a
Not
mask
COVID.
on,
Oh my gosh.
and it's just hard to really, really follow LeBron. I love him as a player. I
Hmm.
love the story coming from Akron. I love everything that he's doing for his family. But it's hard to just, man, you went from this team to this team to that team. It's just like, Tatum is on one team. I mean, it's just hard for me.
Okay, so you have the best hooper in all of entertainment in Rome Flynn as part of the cast this season. What's his audition been like, and have you had a chance to see him hoop? I didn't even know that he was a hooper. Okay.
Well, I heard he did very well at the All Star Celebrity Game. I heard that he won actually got the
Oh, right.
trophy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay. Yes.
I've never played Rome, but I definitely will play. Junie Bird will play Frank Lucas because I got tape, I got receipts. I was okay. You know what I'm saying? But the addition of Rome is really cool because you know what it does. It brings a skew of a younger audience because it was skewing kind of older at the time. We had God bless the dead, Paul Savino, Chaz, Forrest, and John Carlo. We have these seasoned veterans. So bringing a younger cast because I'm one of the youngest out of the crew. It's you have Del Chance, you have Nat Pettigrew, then you have Joni Bird, and then bringing in Rome Flynn. I think we're bringing in a younger audience, and also the music is young, right? You got Swiss Beats,
Yeah.
and he's able to bring contemporary music and merge it with the music of the old. Like if you look at the first
Hmm.
episode, you see Avery Sunshine singing a cover of Sunny, right? But you will see you will hear Scarlett in there. Like she's an amazing artist, Swiss's artist. So I think bringing in Rome and just keeping the music as contemporary as possible is really good.
So, how do you feel like Rome's character as Frank Lucas is going to differ from ways that we've seen that character be portrayed in the past?
I think, like once again, that Rome brings a younger version of Frank Lucas. Watching Denzel in American Gangster, Frank was already there. You're seeing a guy just coming from the South trying to make it in this big city, and it's almost like Bumpy is seeing him through his eyes. When Bumpy came up here from Charleston, South Carolina, to make it in the big city. So watching Rome transition, you'll see the tension. Is he down with us or is he not down with us? And
Mm.
if as the seasons progress, you will see. You'll be like, hey, well, him and Bumpy were bumping heads, but now he's with us right now. So you'll see it, and it's a great add on.
All right, well, you all make sure to check out Godfather of Harlem. Season 4 is streaming right now, and it is as powerful as ever. Markuann, thank you so much for coming on and talking a little bit about Bumpy and, of course, the Celtics and the Dallas Cowboys.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me. We going for that three-peat, baby. Thank you. Fumble. Thank you.